Hey, how's it going, everybody? My name is Jason and this is Art of Creation Homestead. We're in the kitchen again today and we're going to do something a little fun, kind of spur of the moment thing for us. We went to the orchard the other day. We saw these seconds of apples sitting there and we just had to do something with them. So today we're going to make some apple juice. Why not, right? Here we are.
Yes, we are going to show you how to home can apple juice. And we are excited about this. I am, aren't you, Jason?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so with home canning apple juice, you don't have to worry about peeling them and all of that stuff. All you have to do, I'm just taking a plain old apple wedger.
Wash the apples.
Wash them really well. That's the first thing you need to do.
Wash the apples
really well. And see, we got seconds. So, see, like it has that little dent. That's the only thing that's wrong with that apple.
Big deal.
It's perfect otherwise. But it doesn't matter if there's that little blemish because you're just making juice. So now you just want to push down. And some people will just throw in seeds and all. Seeds have a low level of toxin in them, so we are choosing to pull out the core to get rid of that low level of toxin. So we are wedging them, and in here we have a half bushel of apples. Well, we're doing a little bit more, but I'll tell you the measurements for a half bushel.
A half bushel of Galas is what we used.
Yes, a half bushel of Galas, and then we added some Honeycrisp.
Yep.
You want to use, for a juice, you want to use a sweet apple. A sweet, juicy apple.
Yep.
Because the sweeter they are, the less likely you will have to add sugar to sweeten it up a little. Mm-hmm. Because we may or may not have to add sugar because these apples are so sweet.
Yeah.
So you want the really juicy, really sweet ones. So if they're a little overripe, it's fine because you've got that juice.
Yep.
So you want half a bushel of apples, which is about 24 to 25 pounds of apples. And for that you want 8 cups of water. And we have it in our big roaster here. If you don't have an electric roaster like this, you can just do it in pots. It'll probably take more than one pot on the stove.
Yeah.
At this point, all you do,
turn it on, let it go.
You put a lid on it, turn it on.
Yep.
I'm going to turn mine on about 400. I may even go to 450. We'll see how it goes on 400. I'm going to turn it on 400, let it go, and basically it just cooks until the apples are so soft that they're almost falling apart. Okay, all the apples for our apple juice have now cooked down till they're all soft, and as you can see, there's a lot of juice in there. And we stirred it often.
Yeah.
You have to stir it often. And this took about, to do this many apples, it took about 5.5 hours to cook down to this point. And this is where you want them at, because you want all that juice. Mm-hmm. Now, here, we're going to start the straining process. We have a pitcher, and we have a fine mesh sieve, and we have a double thick layer of thick cheesecloth. Now, if you're using the thinner stuff, you want to do about 4 layers.
Yeah.
But this is the thick stuff.
This should be good, yeah.
So, now we're going to start ladling it in to our cheesecloth. You can hear it already starting to run through.
Yep.
Now, you're going to want to do this in batches.
Yeah.
You can't do this all at once. You're going to want to do it in batches. And you're going to want to work it with a spoon and push it and things like that to push it out quicker.
Exactly. And maybe sometimes just kind of press down with something to press down and press it through. Maybe we can take our potato masher and start press down with it sometimes. I don't know how it's going to...
But it's already running through really good.
Let's see if we can get a good look at it. Lift it up more. Look. Just lift up on there. Yeah, you can see a little bit down in there. So, all right. So we're going to keep going, right?
Yes, we've got a lot more to do.
Yeah, all right. Okay, so this is the last one, our last batch here in the cheesecloth. We've gotten quite a bit, probably closing in on There's 6, probably close down to 7 quarts of juice. But we want to show you our process here a little bit. Okay, we kind of put it in there, let the initial drip go, and then we stir it around, mix it up a little bit, kind of get some more of the loose stuff, and then I get to take out my frustrations on the apples. So what we're gonna do, I'm gonna gather this mess up in my mitts here, and I'm gonna juice the fudge out of it. All right.
It's fudge juice.
It's gonna be utterly fudgeless when I'm done with it. All right. First, you see, I'm just gonna squeeze like that. You get a lot initially if you don't ooch it out the sides. But I'm gonna twist it up. I'm gonna squeeze the far out of it.
And you need very strong cheesecloth for this.
Yes, you do.
Food grade cheesecloth. I will leave a link in the description below to what I am using.
Yeah.
This is extremely thick and it works really well.
See, then I want to take it like this and squeeze out the sides, and it's going to squirt all over you. I got mess all over my shirt, but it's kind of fun. So, see, it just shot Angela with it. And squeeze out the sides. That's it.
He just shot
me. Start ooching out the sides. See, so then you gotta kind of gather it back up.
He just shot me.
See, look, your hands are a mess. Don't get prissy with it. All right. Can't be prissy when you're squeezing juice out your hands. All right. And you just keep doing that until it's all dry and pasty, and look like a dried up tater.
See, this is what the pulp looks like when you're done juicing.
Yeah.
It's literally just dry and pasty.
Yeah. Looks like the nasty taters you get off a buffet bar summers.
Here's our beautiful apple juice. As you can see, it made a lot.
Oh yeah, that's an 8-quart pot.
Yes, it's an 8-quart pot, so we probably have about 7 or 8 quarts here.
Yep.
This is a natural apple juice. We personally love our apple juice to be more natural. If you want yours to be that crystal clear stuff like you get in the store, you will want to strain this back through more cheesecloth.
Yep.
And strain it a second time to get any pulp out. We actually like the natural apple juice. Also, at this point, we have it back on the heat. You want to bring it back up to just warm. You don't want it to come to a boil. You can see a few bubbles here and there, but you don't want it to boil.
Nope.
And at this point, if you want to add sugar, if you want it sweeter than it is, then you will want to add your sugar now.
There's no reason to.
We tasted it. It is absolutely delicious.
Yes.
It is the best apple juice I have ever tasted in my life.
Without a doubt.
No sugar needed.
No.
So now we're going to bring this up to just barely a few little bubbles, and I'll show you what it looks like when it's there. As you can see, it's moving a lot.
Yeah, looks good.
And see, you're starting to see little bubbles coming to the top. That's when you know it's at about 190.
Now these particles there, if you didn't want them in there, what would you do?
If you don't want that little bit of pulp in there, if you want it clear, you can just run a sieve, just scoop a sieve over the top and it will scoop up into it.
Yeah.
Or you can run it, like I said, run it back through cheesecloth.
Yeah.
But this is the way we like our apple juice. We like ours natural.
It's awesome.
So now we're going to start jarring it up. Now we're going to start jarring it up. We're jarring this in nice, clean, hot quarts that we have sterilized in the dishwasher.
That looks awesome.
And it is absolutely beautiful.
It is.
I love that color. And great. You want to fill it to a 1/4 of an inch headspace. You can also do this in pints. We chose to do it in quarts because we will drink more than a pint.
Yeah, it won't take long to take care of it.
So now, even with this, you still want to debubble. Even with this, you still want to debubble it. It's a little full.
It's
so
a little full.
I'll pull some of it out. I'll pull some of it out. I'll use my ladle and get some of it out. Just a little bit. Just a wee little bit. There we go. That takes it down to about a 1/4. And now you want to take, because this is sticky stuff.
It's very sticky.
I'm telling you, this is sticky stuff.
We ladled out in a mug just enough to taste it, and that mug was sticky as heck when it was done.
So now you want to put your hot flat that I have in hot water from the canner, and you want to put your ring on, just finger tight.
What?
And now we're going to put it into the canner. I know this is going to look like it's not going to cover it by an inch, but by the time you get 7 quarts in there,
yeah,
it's going to cover it.
Yeah.
So now we're going to keep filling up the jars, and we'll be back. And last beautiful jar of juice going in. Isn't that gorgeous?
It's awesome. 6 beautiful quarts there.
Isn't that gorgeous?
And that's about right on headspace, ain't it, Ange?
Yeah. And now, because this is a Ball electric water bath canner, it has a plate to hold them in place. So I'm going to put the plate in, and then you put your lid on, bring it back up to a boil, and once it comes to a boil, this only processes for 10 minutes. Then after the 10 minutes, turn the heat off, let it sit for 5, and then we'll pull them out. Okay, it's been 10 minutes.
It's beautiful, Ange.
And then it's set for 5. Now you want to pull straight up and over because you have very little head space.
Very little space. That's so beautiful. Look at that golden color.
You can see some pulp in the bottom of the jar.
Yep.
So you'll want to shake this together like you do natural apple juice.
When you are ready to use it, not now.
When you are ready to use it.
Yeah.
Right now, you don't want to shake it.
No.
You want to leave these alone right now. Pull them straight up and over. Don't pour that water off. No matter how tempted you are to do it, don't do it.
That's awesome.
Because it will cause the juice to go under the lid, and it will cause you to get a false seal.
Yep. That's beautiful.
And now you want to take a rag, dab the water off the top, but avoid that popper.
Yep.
Do not push down on that because that'll give you a false seal. And see, they're already sealing.
Right, well, you can see it in the
they're
camera.
already sealing.
You can see it in the camera. It's funny.
So you want to leave these sit for 18 to 24 hours. Do not touch them. Leave them sit. And after 18 to 24 hours, you can take the bands off and store them at room temperature because this is shelf-stable apple juice now.
Alright, thank you guys so much for watching. That's a beautiful, beautiful apple juice. I got a little bit here now. It's kind of hot, but I'm going to taste it anyways. See, it's not apple brandy. Alright, y'all, it's just some apple juice. But I'm gonna taste it, even though it is pretty warm. It'd be like a hot cider at this point. But it's delicious, y'all. I wish it was cold. Wish it was cold, but it's pretty good warm actually.
It's so sweet.
It's so sweet. It's got such a great natural apple flavor. So honestly, you can't get wrong with this process. Yes, it's a little work, but it's been wonderful. It's been fun, and we wouldn't trade it for nothing. So thank you guys for watching. Again, my name is Jason. That's Angela Kay. We love you guys. God bless you and goodbye.